session, Ask about IBS and IBSAT. Brief about IBS. Since its inception in 1995, IBS has been one of the best B schools in the country, providing excellent academic delivery and infrastructure to the students. IBS offers innovative and globally accepted programs along with great opportunities for all-round development. 100% case-based learning is unique to IBS. IBS transforms students into leaders of the future. For this interactive session, we have eminent speakers, namely Dr. Pritee Saxena ma'am and Mr. Jatin Tandon sir. Brief introduction about them. Dr. Pritee Saxena is the perfect blend of successful corporate executive and then turned into accomplished academician and institution leader. She had been in the corporate for over 18 years in senior management position with various FMCG companies and then moved to academics. Currently, she has been with IBS Mumbai for over 2 decades and she is the senior director and campus head there. Preeti Saxena madam's leadership style is characterized by her people-first approach, which sets her work ethic of taking decisions after a patient listening of every stakeholder's perspective and then examining all dimensions to implement a successful strategy. She exhibits very strong task and result orientations, which has taken IBS Mumbai especially to new heights and is now counted among the top rungs of India's B school ladder. Welcome, madam. Mr. Jatin Tandon, sir, is the Vice President of Marketing at ICFAI Business School, IBS, and an alumnus of IBS Hyderabad. Jatin, sir, possesses over 20 years of experience in the marketing domain. His professional focus is on leading and strategizing the nationwide marketing efforts for IBS across its multiple campuses. Sir is an expert in understanding student needs and utilizing these insights to develop effective marketing strategies. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
So, to start with today's session, I'd like to ask Preeti Madam that IBS was established around in 1995. So, could you please describe its journey since then and highlight the most notable achievements along the way?
Sure. Yeah. Thank you, Omkar. Um, I have seen IBS right from 1995. I was a visiting faculty with IBS Mumbai along with my industry working. So I have seen IBS Mumbai and the other campuses of IBS grow in strength, grow in the kind of people's perception and the corporate acceptance. So it is not just the batch size which has gone up, but it is also the kind of corporate affinity that we are enjoying these days. You know, the companies have a very different faith in the kind of talent that we provide to them year on year. So in Mumbai itself, when I was a visiting faculty in 1995, I have seen the batch size was 28 students. We started with 28 students in Mumbai, and today the same IBS Mumbai campus has got a strength of 2,500 students, first year and second year put together. And same has been the case with other campuses. We have grown in numbers, we have grown in the kind of facilities that we are providing to the students. As we go along, I will tell you, I will name each and every facility. So today we are so good with the kind of technology. You know, the institute has invested a lot in technology. So it is not just the smart classrooms, but the kind of courses that we offer to the students so that when they get into industry, they don't feel left out. Today, the students are trained on softwares. The students are, so it's not just concepts, it is not just projects, it is also a lot of hands-on experience on the kind of softwares that the companies use, whether it is a CRM software or it is an HR software. The way the industry has automated processes, the students have been trained on how to handle the processes and the procedures of functions in the way the technology has got embedded in carrying out a function. So I have seen the progression of IBS not only in teaching curriculum, but also in the methods of teaching and the way the faculty has been developed in the last years, that I have seen. So the investment into faculty development, investment into technology, investment into the kind of infrastructure that today corporates want, that the students must come with an exposure of.
Exactly. It not only develop in terms of curriculum, but it takes care of simultaneously overall development. It focuses on overall development as well. This is very significant growth. Yes. Similarly, which are the USPs or which are the differentiating points that IBS makes, like these points makes IBS impactful and set apart from other institutions?
Yeah. So one, Omkar, you yourself mentioned that we are known for our case method
Exactly.
of teaching. Yeah. So we use a lot of cases, but today I want to say that the cases are not just a classroom discussion. The cases are driven with the help of simulations, the games that we bring to the class, the simulation games. So cases are discussed using simulations. The summer internship program that we have, which is very unique, in terms of 14 weeks of summer internship, which no other B school gives. Some B schools might say that, okay, we are giving internships which are extended, but for us, it is in the timetable, it is in the entire course module that 14 weeks are dedicated to the summer internship. Now, these 14 weeks, every year we keep on refining those 14 weeks. So what we have done for the last 2 years, in those 14 weeks, 1 week is something that we call it as SIP week. And that week is something where the faculty in advance goes through the summer internship project with the industry. So what the industry is going to put the student on, what kind of project the student will be getting when they go for internship. This is something which is discussed between the faculty and the industry mentor in that SIP week. So the faculty is already aware of what the student is going to go and do. In that 1 week, the faculty will train the student of what all are going to be the deliverables during internship. So what the student is supposed to give back to the organization is something that is jointly decided between the student and the faculty. That this is how the progress in the internship, and this is what they should give back to the organization before they leave and come back with a whole lot of knowledge and learning that they acquire while they are pursuing their internship. So the 14 weeks that I'm talking gives sufficient time for the organizations to assess the students, and the students also get enough time to learn things. So when the company assesses the students, a lot of internships get converted into pre-placement offers. So that is another advantage of having an extended internship. So I talked about case method, I talked about internships. We have also got features like international immersion, where students go for international visits accompanied by a faculty, and these visits are to a university, to certain industries, so they get an exposure of the work culture as well as the culture of that particular country. So there is an international immersion that we do, and along with this, the kind of Bloomberg training that the students go through. So our campuses are all equipped with Bloomberg terminals. A very heavy investment, almost costs us about 1 crore of rupees per campus. And this is not one-time investment. It is an investment that goes on every year. You have to renew the license every year. And it is a very expensive proposition, but our students are trained on Bloomberg terminals. So they are very, very confident when they get into capital markets or the equity research or this, and the students are trained at the campus level. The kind of investment into SAP labs, the students go through a 40 hours of SAP training, and this is compulsory across all specializations. So it is not that only engineering students or only finance students. It is for all specialization that students will go through business process integration course using SAP. And these are some of the unique features which I want to say how management education has evolved and developed over years and what we do at IBS.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was really interesting to know the unique features. I'm sure a lot of students, when they don't know where to go or how to choose, they would understand from this what are some of the key parameters they can look at two competing colleges and see which of them offer these facilities. Ma'am, if I can just request you, you did discuss about some of these facilities across various campuses. If you could tell us a little bit about the campus at Mumbai, and if there is something you'd want to share about the campus life there, I'm sure a lot of students would want to hear about it.
Yeah. So, Nadia, what we do is when the students come in, they are all assigned to a buddy. So there is a senior student who starts handholding the student when they come for their boot camps or the induction classes, as we call. So the student doesn't feel lonely. When he or she comes, he knows that my go-to person is so-and-so student who is the senior, who has already put in 2 semesters and an internship on campus. Now, these are the people who will guide them for the electives to be chosen, their own experiences in internship, or the kind of how to prepare in order to score in certain subjects, which are subjects that can be easily done and subjects that require a lot of rigor. And these are things which, so the buddy concept is one. The second thing I want to tell is the the academic mentoring. Academic mentoring, where every faculty has been assigned 25 students. Now, these are students who will go to this faculty. This is a faculty who would be teaching a subject in the class, but he or she is also responsible in terms of assessing which student needs help where. So which student is weak in a particular subject, which student needs extra tutorials, that is another handholding that happens. So both these things which I talked are the unique features of the journey of the student there. Then we have a very beautiful scheme that we, for some of the students who feel, that they should earn while they are learning. So we have something called as the Digital Ambassador Program, where the students can earn some kind of, a stipend while they are doing all these digitization and the digital, as digital ambassadors, the kind of coverage that they're doing of events. We have similar assistantship given to students who are associated with the library. So that is another feature which, the students are very excited about, being a part of this. And there is some kind of screening that happens, and naturally the deserving ones get there. So this is the third feature that I told. Now, most of these things that I'm talking are apart from the teaching. I've already mentioned the Bloomberg, the SAP, the other labs that we have. But what I've spoken right now is the students' journey when they are on campus. So they have a buddy, they have a faculty mentor, they have something called as the stipendary assistance, for certain activities that they undertake. And then we have various committees and, which the students become part of those committees. Our canteen is again something that's run by the students. The cafeterias are given to the students, to manage, deciding the menu, deciding the pricing, what is going to be the affordability. So a lot of activities are student owned and run by the students, of course, supervised by the faculty who's there on campus. And this is apart from the kind of projects, the light projects or the industry mentoring that happens. This is again very unique to Mumbai. what we do is we give 5 students to one industry person only for 45 days. And this is something which, in those 45 days, the industry mentor is supposed to meet the student once in 15 days. So 3 interactions are there. And in those 3 interactions, the industry mentor gives them a lot of homework and gives them the kind of orientation, career guidance, and then these students are supposed to come back, do that homework, again go and visit that industry mentor. Now, this is a 45-day hand holding by industry people apart from summer internship. And in addition to the faculty coaching and the faculty guidance, this is a special mentoring. And there I want to tell you, our alumni are a big support. So it is the alumni who starts owning these students, and this is just 5 students given to one senior alumnus who will then guide them. So these are some of the things of what we do at a campus level.
Sounds really exciting, ma'am. I myself want to visit the campus to see how the student run cafeteria to, I mean, the academics as well, right? Seems like a very active life at the Mumbai IBS. Take a minute to go back to Jatin sir. Jatin sir, IBS still remains one of the most aspirational colleges for a lot of students. Given that you have these many campuses, still a lot of aspirants that are looking to get in. If you could just tell us the admission process and slowly just brief into IBSAT. I know Omkar gave an introduction, but just if you could tell our students about IBSAT, a brief introduction, and then we'll dive deep into how they can prepare themselves.
Thank you, Nadia, for giving us this opportunity. And yes, IBSAT is one of the top 5 national management exams of the country, ICFAI Business Studies Aptitude Test. And this is taken by almost around 25 to 30,000 students across India. It is now running into the 30th year. We were established in 1995. Now almost 30 batches, 30 intakes have been done. The process is same like any other examination. There is a pattern which is common to all. We are having 4 sections of 140 questions. We are having verbal with a little higher weightage of 50 marks. Then we are having the reading comprehension and the quant and the data adequacy and the data interpretation. 140 questions for 120 minutes. How IBSAT is different from other national exams is it is a remote proctored home-based examination. We started this process due to COVID. We are continuing. Some of the institutions have converted into hybrid exams. Some of them have gone back to the old pen and paper exams or a CBT exams at the test centers. But we thought that this is more convenient to a student to write the exam at the convenience of their house. And keeping the fact in mind that IBSAT is the exam which is held on the last weekend of December every year for the last around 30 years. This is a holiday time also. So if somebody has already planned their travel, they should not change their travel plans just because there is a test coming in. You are anticipating a different test center for you rather than where you are going. That is why this remote proctored home based, you can only carry your laptop and you have to be connected with internet for 2 hours on the day of the examination. It is scheduled on 27th and 28th of December this year, last weekend of December. Once that is done, we are inviting students, the selected students, for a selection briefing in around 60 cities. These briefings are nothing but answering their questions, whatever are there in their mind. Their parents are also invited, and the nearest campus directors, faculties, the teams which are there in that particular city, the information office teams, organize these. And we are creating a platform where a student, before traveling to Hyderabad for the interview process, gets to know everything about IBS. After those briefings in January, we are conducting a selection process in Hyderabad, that is in IBS Hyderabad, every year in the month of February. This year it is scheduled between 14th to 22nd of February. And these 9 days, students are called randomly. It is nothing to do with IBSAT. It is a random calling of students. On a day, on an average, around 1,000 to 1,200 students turn up along with their parents. And almost around 12,000 odd students attend the process in 9 days. Once the results are declared for that, after all the 9 days are over, the students are supposed to pay their admission fee, and then the classes commence from 15th of May every year. So this is in general the cycle of IBSAT. And IBSAT is, as I said, the top five national exams. It is also an exam which is giving you some scholarship. There are very few exams in the country. I am not aware of any as of now, which are giving a 10 crore scholarship just by writing an exam and qualifying in the top 500 ranks. Top 500 students who are there in IBSAT exam will be given a 2 lakh rupee scholarship each, and these scholarships are given in the first and the second semester, first and the second term fee once they are joining us. So that is about IBSAT.
Exactly, sir. And the question related to this, which are the key factors that carry most weightage during the final selection process?
Okay. So as I said, the IBSAT is a qualifying examination. Unlike any other national test, which is having some kind of a weightage in the selection process, our philosophy or our founders' philosophy was that the student who want to do management education should not be deprived of giving a chance to attend the selection process. So in that, keeping that in mind, it is a qualifying examination. If you qualify IBSAT, everybody is called to Hyderabad, all the qualified students, and no further weightages would be given on the IBSAT marks. The only weightage which it contains is for the scholarship which I have mentioned. After that, the weightage for 100 marks is divided into 50 marks for your academics, past academics, 10th, 12th, and graduation. 10th is having a weightage of 10 marks, 12th is having a weightage of 15 marks, and graduation is having a weightage of 25 marks. Balance 50% is divided between micro presentation and a personal interview. Now, what is a micro presentation is something like an extempo. The students will be formed in a panel in a group of 5 to 10 students each, around 10 to 12 students, I should say. They will be taken to a hall where a couple of panelists will be there, interviewers will be there. There will be a softboard where digits from 1 to 100 will be visible, and the student will be choosing any one digit out of those. They will be touching one digit. A topic will pop up, and that topic is a topic where the student has to talk about 3 minutes. We'll give them 1 minute for their mental preparation, putting down their notes on paper. We'll give them a paper and a pen also. After that 1 minute, they have to talk for 3 minutes. They have to speak for 3 minutes. We'll be judging them on various parameters, their communication skills, their justification of the topic, and all those things which are there. In case they are not comfortable with the first topic, we'll give them a second option to touch a second digit. Once they are going for a second topic, they can choose between the first and the second. There is no third chance as of now. After this process is completed, all the students will go for a personal interview one-on-one. And generally, this process completes in around 4 to 5 hours of duration. It is a first in, first out process. So the students who reach a little early at the campus in Hyderabad, early in the morning, we see those days students start coming as early as around 6 o'clock or 5:30 also, although the reporting time is 7. So once we start the registration, the students in the first batch are the students who get early first, get free first. So this is the IBSAT process and the selection process and the weightages, 100 marks weightages.
So you did talk about the scholarships that's available to the students. Where can they find if they are eligible to this? Where can they get more details about this and see, make themselves more aware of the scholarships?
One is they can visit our website ibsindia.org. In the FAQ section, we have given the details. A
Sure.
little more elaboration on scholarship is you have to write IBSAT, although we are also accepting NMAT, CAT, ZAT, and GMAT. But
Right.
these exams are not having any scholarship associated with them. So my strong recommendation and recommendation to earn more money is Even if you have got 100 percentile or a 99 percentile in CAT and you are willing to apply for IBSAT, don't go with the CAT score and apply to us. Apply with a IBSAT test. And that is making you eligible for that 2 lakh rupee scholarship. And once you are writing the IBSAT test, you are in the top 500 rankers. We are giving you those scholarship at the time of the result. We are declaring in the result itself that you are qualified for this scholarship. In case you are finally joining one of our campuses, you will be given a 1 lakh rupee in the first term fee and the 1 lakh rupee in the second term fee. There are no strings attached to it, nothing linked with the CGPA or a performance in your campus. It is only and only purely qualifying the IBSAT in the top 500 ranks. We are also giving these scholarship to the alumni wards, students from the defense personals wards background, and from the physically challenged category also. So all these students have to write IBSAT.
Okay.
Since now, as I said, we are into the 30th year of running, we are very proud to say that our alumni wards have started joining IBS. So we have become a second generation institution. So for the last couple of years, we have seen students from our first and second batches who have joined us. And that is why we have introduced the alumni scholarship 2 years back. So this is about the scholarship break.
Right. And we have the application forms for the IBSAT exam is already live, right?
Yes.
And that can be accessed on the website or GetMyUni portal. You can just type IBSAT IBSAT exam and they'll be able to find the details of this. So with every entrance exam, the students always have some sort of jitters and how to prepare. The just hearing entrance exam itself makes them a little nervous. So how can they prepare exclusively for the IBSAT exam? How much time in advance did they have to prepare for this? And are there any more things that you've seen in the students in past that can help the ones listening today?
Students are smart nowadays. World of AI. I can correlate in my family also, where my daughter, she herself prepared for her CUET exam and topped the chart.
Right.
So there are options available both online and offline. There are very many guides in the country, coaching centers who are preparing for the GDNPI and the CAT examinations. Institutions like IMS Time, Career Launchers, Hit Bullseye, all these institutions, MOCAT is a center which is in Chennai. All these centers are giving a very detailed training for the students to prepare for CAT. And what I say that if you are already prepared for CAT, IBSAT will be an easy exam for you, because as we say, we are judging you on your aptitude, but not as difficult as CAT. The kind of approach which you want in these 5 sections have already been trained to you. In case you have not prepared from any of these formal coaching centers, now is the time. We are having very many mock papers available on our website. On institutions like yours, we have also put up some mock papers of IBSAT. Even with Career Launcher, Time, IMS, all those platforms are having mock papers, all unique mock papers, not duplicate ones. We are having our IBS app, which is having a mini mock just to make you aware about the process and those sections of the national management exam. Start preparing now and start doing those practice papers. And I'm sure between now and 27th of December, with almost 3 weeks available, even if you have not prepared anything till now, you will be in a position to write IBSAT and clear it. We can also guide you with some hands-on experiences if you are visiting our information offices, where we can make you practice more papers, talk to more students who have attended it. And that way, as information office network across the country in 74 cities, we can also help you over there and also guide you in applying for IBSAT.
Thank you, sir, and congratulations to your daughter. Amazing. I think it's quite aspirational for the ones listening as well. So, just wanted to get in quickly one more thought from you, which is basically IBS offers two kinds of programs, PGPM and MBA. Now, some students, and this is an ongoing discussion from quite long, which is students always are in dilemma as to what really aligns with their career goals. what should they be choosing? If you could just enlighten us with your thoughts on this, please.
So to start with, I'll go in the history. PGP started in the country with the IIMs being born in 1960 or 61. Uh, till 2017, till the time the IIM Act was formed, most of the IIMs were giving the PGP, and nobody was questioning what is the difference between PGP and MBA, because industry was recognizing that. Same is the case with us. We have got 4 campuses which are under university umbrella, which is Hyderabad, which is to be deemed to be a university. ICFAI Foundation for Higher Education. We have got an off-campus of IFHE at Bangalore. That Hyderabad is having an off-campus in Bangalore. Then we have got 2 state-recognized universities in Dehradun and Jaipur. And all other campuses, 5 campuses including Mumbai, are the PGPM campuses. Now it is very simple to understand why you are planning to do management education. 99% of the answers of all the participants here would be, I want a good job, I want a good career, I want to earn, I want to make a good life after 2 years and enter into the corporate. All these answers are having a single door: management. It can be MBA, it can be PGPM, it can be a PGDBA. These 3 terminologies are currently available in India. MBA is given by UGC recognized universities or colleges. PGDBA is given by AICT approved institutions. PGP is given by autonomous institutions like us. In case you are willing to go or planning to go for a PhD program after maybe 15 years or 20 years of your corporate experience, which generally people do who are having that bent of mind, or you want to go abroad after your management program, or you want to go into a government job after your management program, then only PGP is not currently sufficient. For that, in those 5 campuses, in our 5 campuses, we have given option to the students that you can enroll for an online MBA program from our ICFAI Foundation for Higher Education, which is also offering one online MBA. It is not compulsory. It is suggested to the students. In case they want to do it from any other recognized university of the country, they can do it. Fill it, shut it, forget it. Those 2 years will be like you are studying PGPM. The course curriculum is the same for the online exam. Only additionally, you have to appear for the exams of the online enrollment. In 2 years, you'll get 2 things. One is a PGPM certificate. Second is a MBA online degree from any of the institutions, maybe ICFAI Foundation for Higher Education or from any other in the country. In future, PhD enrollment, take out that MBA degree and apply for PhD. But after 2 years, you will be expecting a job. So you will get a job from PGPM, from MBA in both the scenarios. Mumbai is sitting in front of you, the campus director. She quoted that Mumbai IBS is having 2,500 students. And if you do a little more research, how many institutions in Mumbai are having 1,300 students in one batch with the PGP program? Why? Because the past 29 batches, the 28 which have been placed, they are the testimony. Industry have recognized their presence in their arena. They are coming again and again. We started with 28 students in Mumbai to 2,500 now. So obviously the industry is knowing that we are getting good talent from these particular campuses. Not only Mumbai, even Gurgaon, Kolkata, any campus of ours which is giving a PGP program is recognized by the industry very strongly. So it is just a myth in the mind of the students that there is a difference between MBA and PGPM. No, curriculum wise, no. Only on the paper, yes, it is a degree, it is a certificate. And if the answers for your PhD is coming, yes, enroll for an MBA also. Otherwise, you will get a job. Don't worry.
So we have some participants also asking us some things about what you've touched on. So we'll just take one thing quickly. So Ratnadeep has asked about present situation in placements being bad. Um, IBS would be different from other college. Would IBS be different from other colleges for job placements?
Madam, would you like to take that?
See, Nadia, people are talking that the job scenario is bad. It is not bad. First of all, I want to assure all the students that the job scenario is not bad. The companies are looking at a particular skill and a talent. If there is a gap between what they are looking for and what they are getting, if that gap, if that is not bridged, that is the time when it is like that there are no jobs or people are not able to crack a selection process. You find? So it is not that there are no jobs. Yesterday I was with Capgemini in their office and they said that, ma'am, we can take your entire batch of 1,200 students. We every year hire about 8,000 students. Freshers, we hire 8,000. And what is difficult for me, I can absorb your entire batch. Give me students who have got knowledge of SAP Finance, SAP HR, SAP Operations, Oracle, or SAP Marketing. They're saying you give me students with that combination and I can absorb the entire batch. So it is not that the jobs are not there. Jobs are there. And if the talent is matched with the requirements, there are some changes that are taking place in the way the companies are hiring these days. So what is happening? The government has introduced a scheme of what you call as, internships. All the, what they are doing is they are saying that companies must take more and more interns. So the companies are, what they are doing is they are taking students first as interns for about 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, and then converting them into final placements. These are some of the changes that are taking place in the job market. There is a preference that companies are now even getting into tier 2 cities, tier 3 cities, the way, more of these trade wars and the kind of problems, more is the jobs that are coming to India. I'm so surprised that with all these tariffs and, the kind of problems that are, but the reality is more and more work is being outsourced to India, whether it is the GCC or it is the kind of AI related work, or it is something to do with, the back offices of various multinationals. All these are actually getting concentrated in India. The work will find its route through other countries. It may not be direct, but it is getting rooted into India. So the jobs are there. We have to match the skills that the organizations are looking at. And this is how we stay connected with the industry. We stay connected with the business heads. We stay connected with the CHROs. We understand from them, we understand their hiring plans. And that is where we get into preparing students to match the kind of requirements. And not only that, we have some kind of MOUs with companies where we tell the companies, you come, you own a batch, you own a section, train them and identify your talent, take them, and then the rest of the students are get ready for some other companies. So there is also a very specific trainings that are happening through industry. And we will definitely say that the kind of industry academia relationships that we are enjoying today, because of our past association and so many years into management education, working very closely with the industry, today they have the confidence of signing MOUs with us and training our students, picking up their talent, and the rest of the students are then made available to other companies.
Exactly, ma'am. While addressing, you automatically covered or you automatically clarified the normal confusion between students, like being employable or being eligible. IBS has answer, or IBS provides platform for both employability and eligibility. An extension to this, I would like to ask you, which are the new initiatives or which are the new advancement you take or IBS take to make the student completely eligible and employable to face current industrial situation, changes and transitions?
Yeah, so Omkar, if you look at the list of electives that we offer, that's a very dynamic list. We keep on adding, we keep on removing the ones which, we feel that there are no takers or the industry doesn't need this. We will prune that, we'll remove that, we will add new ones. If I'm not able to introduce it very fast within, let's say, within 2 months or 3 months, I'm not able to introduce a new course midway, then what we do, we offer what we call as unstructured courses. The students can take up those unstructured courses and prepare themselves very specifically for a particular function in an organization. So let's say I will do something like HR technology and processes. Now this may not be there as an elective, but I will offer it as a value-added course, or I will offer it as an unstructured course. So when we are giving it in this form, it would be a 30 to 35 hours kind of module, which would be taught to the students through industry. We will bring people from the industry to cover that. The faculty is anyways doing a lot of syllabus. Faculty is covering the syllabus. Faculty is already doing the courses which are already listed in our electives and the other program that we have. But if I'm doing anything over and above, outside the syllabus, I will draw people from the industry and make them run that course. And that is why I call it a value-added course. We have done these kind of courses in fund accounting. We have done it in mergers and acquisition, risk profiling, risk, which is very big area. And if these are the kind of courses that we are offering, today everybody is talking a terminology called MarTech. Now, I may not have an elective like MarTech because there is enough in terms of digital marketing, but there is something called as MarTech, which is larger than digital marketing. And so I will introduce that as a value-added course. And these are the courses which will bridge the gap and make people more employable. So that is why the students are very confident when they sit for placement process. When they sit for placement process, they've heard those terms, they know the processes, they know what industry is looking at and the way the work atmosphere is. And that is where the students in their personal interviews are much more confident while answering all these questions that come.
In short, yes, IBS customizes their syllabus based on requirement, demand, and how market trend is. In short, IBS not only provides simple academic education to the student, but it nurtures students' level, nurtures students' IQ, EQ, and in every manner. Similarly, madam, in India, we say Vividhata mein ekta, like diversity, unity in diversity. So, as a established campus, branches everywhere in India, how you promote this diversity to bring into, or how you promote this diversity to channelize into a good, successful path at IBS?
Yeah, so Omkar, when the students come in on May 15th, they are drawn from all kinds of academic backgrounds, so some
Correct.
will come from arts, some will come from science, some will be engineers, some will be BBA, BCom, and they are from all kinds of specializations in their graduate level. Now, the engineers will find accounts very difficult, and the accounts will find the analytics very difficult. And especially the arts students, the moment they will hear the word, statistics and the kind of regression, and they'll hear these terms and they all get very scared. So what we do is we have something called as the induction program or the boot camp, which goes on for 15 days. Now, these 15 days is something where we bring students of all different academic backgrounds together, and we ensure that engineers get enough knowledge on the accounting principles, or we introduce them to the case method of learning. Up till now, they've learned concepts, they've learned chapters, they've gone by what a textbook is saying, but now they have to learn through business scenarios. So they have to learn through simulations, they have to learn through, so what we do is we will replicate a scenario in the class, and when we are talking that, they are able to relate to it, because in reality, somewhere they are consumers of all these things. Either they have purchased, so they know e-commerce, they have handled money, so they know some bit of the costing and the accounting kind of things. The engineers become familiar. So this 15 days of boot camp, very essential. The second thing that comes very handy is through the clubs, the student clubs that we have. We have domain clubs, which are subject related. So I will have a domain club which will actually take care of the IT needs of the students. Somebody who will take care of the marketing principles and the marketing concept. So there is a marketing club, there is an HR club, there is a finance and economics club. Now these clubs will start owning students and start making those small videos, which are more like tutorials kind of videos. And they will start posting those videos for them to pick up all these concepts and the academic side of things in a very lighter manner. We teach the students a lot of Excel through videos, which are made by students. So the students themselves, someone who's very good at it, will make a video and put it for the learning for others. So if I have to talk about IT versus non-IT, engineers versus non-engineers, people with history, geography kind of backgrounds, or somebody coming with biochemistry, microbiology, for all these people are then brought at a uniform level. And management education is one education which brings in a common philosophy, and that is business. So this is how management is taught at IBS.
Thank you for those insightful view, ma'am. I'm sure our participants are more enlightened about the process, and diversity being one of the biggest pillars for them to make a decision as to which college they want to go. So for example, in GetMyUni, we present them with all the information that they may need in a page called a microsite for each college. And what we do is we put up hostel facilities, accreditation, etc. But the key factor always remains that students are looking at comfort at campus life, both mental, physical, and then the second being placements. So if there is anything else that we can add on to the question that you had already answered on placements, which is basically any kind of statistics. You did tell me about Cape Gemini coming and wanting to recruit all of your batch students. If we can add a little more names, maybe of your top recruiters, the students may have a better idea of the placement drives.
So right now, Nadia, we are already done with about 60% placements from this batch, which is about 1,198 students. The eligible ones, those who qualify with their CGPA and the eligibility criteria that we have. We have already placed about 700 students from that. And I still have 2 more months in which I target doing another 400. And that's how I'm looking at completing the batch. Now, these 700 students have been placed till now. There are already 280 companies that have come on campus to do the process. So that's the size of companies that we are talking at IBS Mumbai. In a day, I may have anywhere from 3 to 8 companies on campus to see that the students, all of them get placed in that same window that is available to anyone else. So we will bring more companies. We have the big fours with us. You name the fintech and we have, you name the banks that we have. Till now, we have already got banks like Bank of America, BNY Mellon. We have already got these banks from the multinational banks, the ICICI, the Indian banks. We have already got HDFC and ICICI. And if I have to talk about FMCG, then we have got Kellogg's, we have got an ITC. Now, these are companies that have already come. There are market research companies, there are media companies, digital marketing companies, very peculiar, the edtech or the startups, because we sit in a place like Powai, which is again, the hub of startups, IIT just being next door. A lot of startups are in this vicinity. So what we have realized is There are roles, the non-sales roles are the analyst roles, and the business development roles are the sales roles. So if the students who are good at communication skills, who are good at analytics, we will start preparing them for the analyst profile. Now, in the banks itself, I will tell you, the Indian banks will have roles like the relationship manager, but the foreign banks will have the role of an analyst. So these are all support and the back office of all these big banks, whether it is a JP Morgan or it is a Morgan Stanley, and all these banks have taken from us. Right. Some of these banks also follow the internship route. So what they will do is they will take students in the first year as interns. They go through the internship process and then convert them into final placements. So if I have to name, I have already told you that we've got 280 companies. The list of companies are very easily available on our website. We have disclosed them over there. And we have tie-ups with some companies, like we have MOUs with BNY, we have MOUs with Capgemini, where these companies are training our students on, let's say, Capgemini needs a person to be 100 hours trained on SAP. So we will do 40 hours of training. The balance 60 hours will be trained by Capgemini. BNY will need students with fund accounting. So they will first train the students on fund accounting, then do the selection process, pick the best of the students, and then the rest of them can go. So these are some of the very unique features. We have a tie-up with Home Logistics in the logistics sector, with Capricorn Logistics. We have an L&T Energy, L&T Hydrocarbon. These are for the engineering kind of students. So in all sectors, I would be having a minimum of 20 to 50 companies in every sector. So that way we are pretty, we have mastered the process of placements, and we are very confident that we will take care of the students.
Just to add on here, it is not only with IBS Mumbai. Nationally, for 4,500 students, almost around 1,000 companies visit IBS every year. And obviously, every campus is linked with a set of companies. There are some companies which are common, which are covering for all the campuses. There are some regional companies which are coming only for a particular campus. But all in all, it is around 1,000 companies which is part of association with IBS. 4,500 students are a pool which are available to be placed, and the averages are ranging between I can give you a 2025 numbers between 7 lakh 20,000 to almost 9 lakh 40,000. And this is, I'm talking about huge batch sizes. For example, a campus like Hyderabad, where 1,200 plus students are studying, average of 9 lakh 42,000 last year itself speaks a lot. If you go into the top 10% of that batch size, it itself is 120 students, touching almost 14 lakh plus package. 25%, top 25% is almost around 300 students. That is again touching around 11 and a half to 12 lakh average package. Mind you, those are the batch sizes of some small or baby IMs. So this is the kind of scale which we are working. So if any student is comparing IBS placements average with the uh, top grade institutions of the country, they might get confused because you have to compare it with the number of seats also. Otherwise, you'll always say, okay, you have got a 9.5, 9.8 or a 10 lakh average package. Some other institution is giving me a 23 lakh package. But for a 23 lakh package, they might have only 360 students studying with them. For us, we have got 1,200 students in that campus. Same goes with Mumbai. Crossing 8 lakh, 38 lakh, 40,000 average placement with such a huge batch size, almost comparable with Hyderabad, is not a joke. So that way, 18 sectors are visiting, almost 18 plus sectors are visiting our campuses. You name a company and it is there. All big fours, all the companies which are into relevant. BFSI is the strongest strength of us, where we are recruiting highest number of students. This is about the national placement scenario. And international also, we are able to place around 30 to 40 students each year. That is a benchmark. And those are generally going into the Middle East and other sectors which are there. And happily placed, we have got campuses where the alumni are almost 30% of the alumni out of those 75,000 are currently abroad. They are well settled abroad in those good countries of the world.
And for the ones who move abroad, so what sectors are they predominantly choosing to work in?
Yeah, so they would be in retail, they
Okay.
would be in construction, and
Okay.
some of them go and join the hospitality industry, but in the accounts function, the
Right.
finance kind of roles.
Sure.
Marketing students will generally go in the retail roles, whether it is a Khimji Ramdas or it is a Tolaram. So they are generally retailers, construction. Construction would again be business development and finance and accounts.
Right. We'll just take one quick question, ma'am, which is the extension of what you just explained about internships and kind of the critical thinking that you're already having a lot of exercises in the Mumbai campus and the other IBS campuses. But just to, because we have to take a question, in that question, Vandit is asking about the live projects and what other internships are available to the students apart from the ones that you said who are doing the placements itself.
Okay. So live projects, we have done live projects with Crompton Greaves, with Vijay Sales. We have done it with Kellogg's. So now these are, most of the time, these projects would be either to do some kind of a consumer insight. You know, the company is
Right.
wanting to launch a product, but before launching a product, they want to test the product. So most of them will come for testing the concept, and it will be related to market research. Or a company is introducing a new product and they would want some kind of, the consumer responses to a demonstration of a product. Or it would be something to do with, let's say, in the logistics department, the students will get live project where they are actually working on the analytics of inventory or analytics of the scheduling, and working on things like how much of inventory, how much of those, the clusters of people to be mobilized to get the kind of stocks to be sold. So there are projects, and these projects can range from 3 days to 10 days. When we are talking of light projects, short projects. Internship is again a 3 months internship. And that is something again, which is institute sourced, faculty discusses with the industry mentor, and then the projects and the students are then shortlisted by the company, and that is how the internship moves.
Ma'am, we have another participant question. In terms of if, for example, a student is, for example, I have experience from the banking sector and I did the course. And in my placement, will I be considered as a fresher or does my experience matter? How do I get placed in the placement drive?
Yeah, so if the person has an experience which is more than 6 months, anything less than 6 months, the companies do not count them. But anything that's more than 6 months, then that is counted as experienced candidates, and the companies will specify. We are looking at people with 6 months to 2 years of experience, or companies with 3 years of experience. So we bucket those students accordingly, and we also try to see that they either get into lateral hirings, they get into a package which is slightly better than the freshers. So those are things which we do negotiate, and we will not share the data of experienced students with fresh candidates. So we will share the data of experienced candidates separately and that of fresh separately, so that we can also put them in different salary brackets. So people do get advantage of their past experience.
That's actually quite helpful even for the students in themselves. Jatin, so just a quick question to you from our participants. Are the intake of the number of students in each of the campuses fixed or does it change year on year?
It fluctuates every year, but we try to fill the maximum capacity which we can cater to in a campus every year.
Right.
For example, Hyderabad is capped with around 1200 seats, so we are getting 1200 seats filled every year over there. Mumbai also is now capped with that particular capacity. Even Bangalore is capped. Last 2 years, we have been sending regret letters to the students because they were not able to pay the fees on time,
Right.
and they had opted out for that particular fee payment at in the cutoff time. So the seats were given to somebody else. So there are campuses in the group of nine which are getting those seats filled a little early. Obviously, the perception versus the demand kind of thing. But all our campuses are, as of now, running to the capacity. There are university campuses. Obviously, the space is available with them. We can always expand in those particular campuses, which is Jaipur and Dehradun. Jaipur has seen a tremendous growth over the last 4 to 5 years. From around 100 odd students, they have come up to 500 plus students in the last couple of batches. So almost 1000 plus students are studying in Jaipur right now. Gurgaon campus has seen a tremendous growth over the last 2 years. Again, around 1150 plus 1200 students are studying in Gurgaon campus. Pune itself is having almost 600 to 700 students studying in both the batches combined. Mumbai is obviously having 2500 students, Hyderabad almost 2500 students, Bangalore almost 1100 students in two batches, which is the brim which as of now we can take right now as for the capacity of UGC is concerned. And then campuses like Ahmedabad, we are having almost 200 students there. Last intake was almost 110 plus. Dehradun almost 100 students in a batch, so 120 plus 100 or almost 220 students over there. Calcutta again 200 plus students are studying in those in that particular campus. So that is the way. In a section, it will be 60. That is fixed. So I could make out the batch strength in a section can also be considered 60 per section. Number of sections can be multiple in case the number of students are more. And as far as the scholarship question is concerned, it will be deducted from your first and second installment. It will not be given in your bank account. It will be reduced from your installments only.
Okay.
And as far as the link to scholarship and the IBSAT question, which was asked earlier, I would like to add a very important point which is relevant today on 11th of December, that how we prepare. I have already told there are many mocks which we do, but there is a very special national mock test contest which we run throughout the campaign, a series of 5 tests. A student can take any one. Last of that series is scheduled on 13th of December. That means day after tomorrow at 11 a.m. In case you attempt that, you enroll for it today, go on our website ibsindia.org and go for a national mock test registration. If you are appearing for that and if you are among the top 100 rankers there, first ranker will get a 1 lakh rupee gift card. Second ranker will get a 50,000 rupee gift card. Third ranker 25,000, and remaining 97 students will get around 5,000 rupees each. So that is the kind of motivation we are giving for the students who are going for a preparation of IBSAT through this national mock test. And once you are confident with this, apply for IBSAT between now and 19th. I would say as early as possible to avoid the last moment glitches of the traffic and the websites, which generally happens with the some of the websites kind of thing. On the basis of IBSAT, 2 lakh. On the basis of national mock test, 1 lakh. So even if you are joining a costliest program of ours, which is Hyderabad, 8.5 lakh per year, 17 lakh for 2 years, you can reduce 3 lakh over there. And even if you are joining a campus like Dehradun, which is having a fee structure of 7 lakhs for 2 years, you will only be supposed to pay 4 lakh rupees with both these monetary benefits. And in case you are a domicile of Uttarakhand or Rajasthan, then both these institutions respectively are giving you a 50,000 rupee of further fee reduction as a domicile benefit. So 3.5 lakh rupees for those domicile students. If you are joining Dehradun and you are a Uttarakhand domicile. If you are joining Jaipur and you are a Rajasthan domicile, and you also get this 2 lakh plus 1 lakh rupee kind of thing. So just a motivation to the students. Don't
Right.
wait for the last dates. Go attempt.
Sure. With that, thank you so much, Jatin sir. We do have more questions, but what we will do to our attendees is we also saw some people raise their hands. Due to the time limit, we will start concluding here, but we will, one of the members from GetMyUni team will connect with each of the attendees who have questions. We will connect you with somebody from IBS who will answer these questions. We will send you to the information centers so your questions won't go unanswered. Thank you so much, Jatin sir. Preeti ma'am, if I can just come back to you for some closing words. I'm sure after listening to the placements and how the number of initiatives that's happening around all the campuses at IBS, a lot of our students would have more clarity and a lot more motivation towards attending the exam and joining your IBS family. But is there any words that you want to conclude with? Anything to motivate them, or just anything to direct them towards their career and their academic journey?
So my message is invest in higher education. You will never regret. Management education is one that will give you a wide horizon to choose from multiple options that will come your way after you've done your MBA. So if you want to broad base your career options, management education is the way to go forward. Invest 2 years in your higher educations. And I wish good luck to all of them.
Thank you so much, Preeti ma'am. And Jatin sir?
My suggestion is very simple. Collect offer letters till March. Eliminate institutions in March. Do not eliminate institutions right now. You would have applied for CAT. You would be either writing NMAT till 19th, or you would have already completed your NMAT till now. SNAP first test is over. Couple of them are left out if you are going for attempt 2 or 3. ZAT will be scheduled on 4th of January 2026. IBSAT is scheduled on 27th and 28th. Assuming that you are taking these top 5 national exams of the country, you will be assured of top 25,000 good seats of the country in good institutions. And these top 25,000 seats will lead you to your dream career. Sooner or later, you will reach there where you have dreamt. And it might start from an institute giving you a 10 lakh or a 8 lakh package, but your aspiration might have been 32 lakh rupees of average package right now. But not everybody can get into those institutions. There are limited seats in it has to be what if not analysis. That is my point to be noted by the students. Don't waste a year, which is very, very important. Year is as important as your retirement age salary, and that will be the highest earning of your life. So don't waste your year. If you have missed the first bus, catch the second bus. Destination will be the same. You have to work a little harder, and there will be time where people from IM will be reporting to you if you are from B cadre institutions, non-IM institutions like us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And thank you, Jatin, sir. Thank you, Preeti, ma'am, for your time. For GetMyUni itself, our partnership with IBS has been long. And we, in fact, pride over our partnership because IBS is one of the most professionally managed universities and college across India. And the transparency, not at just the student level, between businesses, most of the education college search platforms that are student facing work with IBS for this very reason, that the extremely professional and transparent way in which the college operates, and that even more in the way that you simplified all the salary packages, all the things that is not readily available to the student while making decisions, right? What kind of brands are coming, what kind of offers are they getting, what kind of lives are they living on the campus. So some of these were extremely helpful. This will be just one of the many series given the interest that is come across in the webinar and some of the questions that we could not take. We would be planning consecutive webinars based on interest. Until then, until we see you, Jatin sir and Preeti ma'am, we wish IBS good luck, and thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join me and Omkar and the rest of the attendees today. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Nadia. Thank you so much, Onkar. Thank you, Preeti ma'am. And remember 19th of December. Don't wait till the last date. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.